Hello everyone. So in this video one can understand the concept of free vibration and its analysis for free vibration with viscous damping. So this is we are going to understand the system which is set to free vibrations but having damping, which is the type of damping is a viscous damping. So for this, the learning objectives for this video or this particular topic is that we'll understand the physical system with viscous damping and to derive the generalized solution for the equation of motion of such kind of system. So for this, let us consider a free vibratory system. This diagram shows a McPherson suspension system as a real life example, obviously with the assumption that the external force is acted only once to disturb the system from its mean position. In real life, this could happen when vehicle comes across any bump on the road. Now here, this shock absorber absorbs the energy and set the system into vibration. So this red color elements is representing a spring of this shock absorber. Now in order to analyze the system, we need to draw its equivalent spring mass system. So this is what the equivalent spring mass system for this physical system. Now further, if we want to understand this system, we need to draw its mathematical model. So this diagram, one can see the mass m is here, over here, which is connected to a rigid support with the help of two elements. One is spring and second is with damper. So the forces are existing in the system, and those forces are, one is a spring force and second is a damping force. So these two forces we need to show in the free body diagram of this particular system. So this is what the free body diagram of this system. Here the mass m is acted by the two forces. One is a spring force and second one is a damping force. So spring force is represented by kx, whereas damping force is represented by cx, where c is representing the coefficient of damping. So this is how we convert a real life problem into its equivalent spring mass system, and further the mathematical model of this particular system and then its free body diagram in order to find out the generalized solution for the differential equation which we are going to find. So let us analyze this system. So this is what the system and its free body diagram. Now this motion of this mass is because of the acceleration, say a is representing the acceleration, then this complete system can be written, or its equation of motion can be written, which is based on Newton's second law, which is F is equal to mass into acceleration. So the net external force is equal to mass into acceleration, so we can write it as m into d square x upon dt square minus f is equal to 0, which is that is the acceleration is a double differentiation of the displacement. Now we can write the equation where the forces are position and velocity dependent. So these net external force here, which is acting on this mass, is a summation of two forces in this particular system, that is kx and cx dot. So x is representing displacement, whereas x dot is representing the velocity, that is differentiation of the displacement. So the equation can be written in terms of this position and velocity, that is displacement and velocity. So F spring, that is spring force, is equal to minus kx, and the F damping, that is a damping force, is equal to minus cx dot. So the if x is measured from the equilibrium position for the mass m, and if we apply this Newton's second law for this particular system, we get the equation which is mx double dot is equal to minus cx dot minus kx. This because this cx dot and kx are acting opposite to the force, which is the accelerating force mx double dot, that is mass into acceleration of the mass m. So taking all the parameters on one side, we get the equation which is mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to 0. So this is what that equation is. So in order to solve this equation, this is I can say second degree or 2 degree differential equation. Let us assume the solution of this differential equation as x t is equal to c into e raised to s t. The t is representing just the x is a dependent parameter of t. So the solution we assume is c into e raised to s t. Here the constants, that is c and s, are the undetermined constant, which can be determined by the conditions given in the for that particular problem. So we can convert this, as we have assumed this x t is equal to c into e raised to s t as a solution of this equation. So I can substitute this value in this equation, right? So the value of x t is c into e raised to s t. So x dot t will be what we will get is c into s into e raised to s t, that is differentiation of this, and x double dot can be similarly we can obtain the x double dot also. So getting x dot and x double dot and substituting it in this equation, mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to 0, what equation we will get is this one, that is ms square plus cs plus k is equal to 0. Here the term e raised to st will get cancelled in the equation, which will be a common term, and as it is a non-zero term, so we can cancel it. Now the root of the above equation, this is what the particular quadratic equation. So the root of the equation will be, it will have obviously two roots. So s1 2 s1 comma 2, the two roots, I can say s1 and s2 is minus c plus and minus under root c square minus 4 mk upon 2m. Now this obviously this is from the we know that it is from the general solution of the quadratic equation, that is the formula which we know is x is equal to minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So by using this formula we have obtained these particular roots for this quadratic equation. Now these roots gives two solutions, that is x1t is c1 e raised to s1t and x2 is equal to c2 e raised to s2t. The general solution for the particular equation is nothing but summation of the two roots, two solutions, x1 and x2. So total x will be equal to x1 plus x2. So here that is what is written, xt is equal to this x1t plus x2t, that is c1 e raised to s1t plus c2 e raised to s2t. So I have substituted the value of this s1 and s2 which we have determined previously for that particular quadratic equation. If you remember, I will that quadratic equation. So thus the general solution of this will be c1 e raised to s1t plus c2 e raised to s2t. So s1 and s2 values are substituted here. Here the c1 and c2 are the arbitrarily constants and which can be determined from the initial condition of the system. So what are the initial conditions? Initial conditions means, say for time the time period t is equal to 0, the displacement is 0. So if I substitute the value of t is equal to 0, x value will be equal to 0, and by that condition I can get one equation for this, and by second condition I can get another second equation, and I can get the values of c1 and c2. That is what the meaning of it is. Now we can simplify this solution again, which looks very complicated one. For that there is a one term which has been defined, that is critical damping constant or damping ratio, which is defined as the value of damping coefficient C for which the equation within the radical sign becomes 0. So this critical damping coefficient is obtained when the term in radical sign, that is c upon 2m square minus km, here I will zoom it, this term c upon 2m square minus km, this term within the radical sign becomes 0. So this is what that term is. Now if I show that term is equal to 0, what I get is c upon 2m square is equal to km. What is cc is, it is a critical damping coefficient which we have defined earlier. So what I get as cc is 2m under root k by m, and we know that under root k by m is nothing but the natural frequency, that is omega n. So this equation is written as 2m into omega n. So let the damping factor zeta is equal to c upon cc, which is a ratio of damping coefficient to the critical damping coefficient. So this equation will modify to zeta into omega n. So c upon 2m we can write as c upon cc into cc upon 2m, which is equal to zeta into omega n. So if I substitute that value in the above equation, what above equation that I mean is S1 and S2, this equation, if I substitute the value, this value in this particular equation, that equation becomes S1 S2 becomes minus zeta plus or minus under root zeta square minus 1 into omega n. And further, the final solution for this particular equation, which looks very complicated, becomes x is equal to c1 e raised to minus zeta plus under root zeta square minus 1 omega nt plus c2 e raised to minus zeta minus under root zeta square minus 1 omega n t. So this is what the final solution of the differential equation of the system which set to free vibrations and having a viscous damping. Thank you.